Hey guys, welcome to my home. Today I will be teaching you how to make a Nutella cake. So let's get started. The ingredients you will be needing are the following. Nutella, a fruit of your choice. In this case we'll be using strawberries. You can either use almonds, walnuts, whatever you prefer. Coconut oil or vegetable oil. In this case we'll be using coconut oil to spray the pan. Coconut oil for the actual cake. You will be needing a cup and 1/4 of water, a whisk, 2 eggs, and you will also be needing an aluminum pan. For the mix, you can either use Betty Crocker, super moist, or you could also use almond flour or coconut flour. This kind of flour can be found at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. So now let's get started with the fun part, the cooking. So we'll be mixing the actual flour. You can either use 1 egg or egg whites. It's up to you. I will be using 1 egg and 2 egg whites. You'll need the whisk, the water, and the coconut oil. So let's get started. How do you know what is 1 egg white? It's really easy. You just use the shell from the first egg and you measure. That's 1 egg white. That's 2 egg whites. So far we have added 1 egg and 2 egg whites, the cake mix, 2/3 of coconut oil, and now we'll be adding the water. Grab your whisk and start mixing. As you start getting a good consistency, we can start adding the Nutella. But first you want to have this mixed all the way. With the Nutella, you don't want to add all of the jar because we'll be needing some for the actual icing of the cake. The next step will be to grab your Nutella and mix it with the rest of the cake. Like I said before, keep a little bit so that you can use it for the icing of the cake. Personally, I like to use the manual whisk just because I feel that the cake is a lot fluffier, but it can be a lot harder to actually get all the little clumps out. So sometimes you can use an actual fork and you just squish them as you go, and it makes the mixing a lot easier. I also feel like it's easier on your arms. Once you have this type of consistency, then you're good to go. Once you have acquired the consistency that you want, go ahead and grab the coconut oil and just spray your pan so that it's easy for the cake to come out. I don't like to bottle getting the cake out, so I just put a good amount. Okay, you want to grab your cake mix and just pour it evenly on the pan. You don't want to fill it up all the way, just because it will raise as it's ready. Next, you want to go ahead and put the mix in the actual oven. This is already preheated at 325 degrees for about 5 minutes. In this case, we'll be using 2 of them because I know they don't last much long in my household. Once you put the mix in the oven, then you want to get started with the next step of the recipe. So follow me. The fruits that you can use depend on the season of the year. I use strawberries a lot. I also like to use kiwi. So it all just kind of depends on what you want. So once the cake is ready, what we'll be doing is we're going to be using a knife to do a light spread of Nutella on top of the cake. Once that is done, Then you can add a little bit of almonds, just spread out through the top. And then we'll also be using our strawberries, and you can just do a light coat on top of the cake. You just spread them out a little bit and then add the almonds, walnuts, whatever you prefer, on top of the cake. So now that our cake is ready, what we need to do is do the icing. As you can see, I already did the first half of the cake. So now let's go ahead and finish it off. You want to grab some Nutella, just on a knife, and just do a light spread. Now that that's finished, what you want to do is you want to grab the strawberries and just start spreading them out throughout the cake. Perfect. Once that's done, then you just want to add some almonds. They don't have to be perfect. You just add as much as you want. Now that this delicious Nutella cake is done, you can pair it up with some milk or some wine. And if you enjoyed our recipe, please make sure to subscribe and like us on Facebook at KSU Digital. See you soon, guys.